So, 3 years ago, around this time, I was finishing up my undergrad studies at ASU and preparing to take my LSAT. And the pressure and the anxiety was there because the year before that, I had taken my MCATs, and I did horrible. I took my LSAT twice, and I did really bad both times, but that's okay because there was this voice in my head that kept saying, everything is gonna be okay. I applied with the scores to law school, and I kept getting a rejection letter each week. So I took those rejection letter and kept it right next to my bed because eventually I wanted to replace it with an acceptance letter. I remember taking a step back 3 years ago and reconsidering what I wanted to do. And I called up WP Carey and told them, hey, I was interested in being a part of school, and they said, sure, you have 2 weeks to apply and take your GRE. GRE was my third standardized test that year. Interview time came, and I remember right before my interview, one of my really good friends committed suicide. And that was rock bottom for me. I had no voice in my head telling me everything's gonna be okay, and I still don't know how I made it through that interview. Time flew by, fall 2015 came. First year of MBA officially started, and I was returning to ASU after 1 year of gap. And my God, ASU looked different. It felt different. I mean, there were more buildings, less parking spots. We had quarters, not semesters, and your classmates weren't your friends. They were lawyers, accountants, engineers. You had deadlines meeting, more deadlines, more meeting. The only thing your body wanted to do was sleep, but sleep wasn't due tomorrow. With a blink of an eye, quarter one came and finals came. I remember right before my finals, my 1-year-old niece was burned. 10% of her body was covered with second and third degree burns. I remember she used to be passed out on me, and I was trying to study for my finals, and there was this voice is like, God, med school didn't work out, law school didn't work out. This is it. I mean, this is probably going to be the end of MBA. I cruised through it. Quarter two came. I got into a car accident, and my back was hurt. I remember sitting in class so frustrated. I'm like, oh my God, why is this happening? A lot of her grade in that class was based on participation, so I couldn't take the painkillers because it would put me to sleep. Somehow I cruised through it. Quarter three came. I had this team conflict where my beliefs, my work ethics, everything was crushed. Quarter four came. Finally, the summer came. The first year ended. The storm had finally calmed down, and I got a chance to reflect back at what had happened. It was like adulthood pretty much punched me in my face. You know what I realized? All those negative voices, that fear, that anxiety that kept building up, was actually my emotions trying to communicate with me. See, voices took the pain and gave it words. My environment was so fast-paced, I didn't have time to be sad or frustrated. I had deadlines to meet. Eleanor Longden did a talk on voices, and she said, voices are not a symptom of illness, but rather a creative survival strategy. Symptom of illness. I think that makes sense. Subconsciously, I didn't go back to consider why I was feeling the way because I thought I was ill. I didn't tell anyone because they were probably gonna call me crazy. When I finally took a step back and reevaluated and really took a time to consider why I was feeling the way I was, I realized something. Perseverance is something that's embedded within us. I don't know how I got through all those 3 standardized tests 1 year, but I think when we were born, we're not taught to give up. It's something that we eventually pick up from the society around us. A broken and an immature 22-year-old started that program 2 years ago, but a survivor emerged. I used to say that my friends in the program helped me survive the program, but I think they did a lot more. They empowered me to challenge my boundaries and to become a leader I was destined to be. And so I just want to take a moment and say thank you to all of my executive coaches, my career coaches, my professors, my family, my friends, and of course, chocolate, for helping me realize that everything is temporary and to be always grateful because things could always get worse. Congratulations to the full-time MBA class. I can't wait to graduate with you in 2 months.